Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with a weekly comic roundup. We've got a decently sized haul of Marvel and Image books this week, so let's get started. Kicking things off with Phoenix, number 5. Where we left off in Phoenix, Jean was facing off against Gore the God Butcher, and it seemed that Gore had killed her. So the issue opens with Phoenix in front of Eternity. She asks if Gore killed her, and Eternity says that she's thinking in terms of living and dying instead of becoming. And of course, Jean asks becoming what, but and Eternity states that the soul of all that is. But Jean assumes that her mind came to a psychic pocket of some kind, a defense mechanism after Gore's attack, which would be the first time. And Eternity gives her the vision of what she could be. And says it's time to join her and become creation. Them being the various cosmic entities of the Marvel Universe, such as the Celestials, the Watcher, Death, Eternity, the In-Betweener. No living tribunal, though, surprisingly. And she's hesitant because she doesn't want to lose Jean Grey. But Eternity says that Jean Grey is an idea, and an idea cannot be lost once brought into existence. It may be changed, but not lost. And she's also worried about controlling it, but Eternity says that she can. After all, she pointed out she is the Phoenix. And so she returns to the battle and defeats Gore by turning him into a star. A literal star. And this is being viewed as a proscenium by the Galactic Council. And Gladiator continues to go on with, the Phoenix is dangerous, problem, and we need to, if she's going to be out in the galaxy, we need to be vigilant and, probably, kill Jean Grey for that. But, and at least the Rigelians and potentially the Badoon agree. Pybok is of the Skrulls is on seemingly on Phoenix's side, but Jean also points out that she can hear them. So Gladiator engages in a little bit of diplomacy, adding that her presence is not wanted. But Pericus is also addressing the council, so. And Gladiator's not fond of her responses, so the holosphere is destroyed. And Jean meets with Adani. Who told her to task for, for not stopping Pericus. She explains that she couldn't stop the black hole from collapsing and stop Pericus. But Donnie fights Jean. However, Donnie's sword has psychic abilities, and Jean manages to stop the psychic attack on Donnie with getting in their head. In the Galactic Council, however, the Gladiator moves for Pericus to deal with Phoenix and with the backing of the Council, and Pericus states that in exchange for him dealing with the Phoenix, Thanos is to be take over leadership of the Galactic Council. And Thanos says that him taking over the council is a start. Then he'll decide what to do with the rest of his galaxy. And that is where the issue ends. Oh boy. Like I said, without the gems, Thanos is not that much of a threat to Phoenix. And the gems are a bit contrary right now, especially to Thanos' will. Moving on to our next book, though, we've got Storm number 2. Where we left off, Storm had been exposed to radiation and was dying. She was exposed to radiation in preventing in helping to stop a power plant from basically from melting down and it was caused though by a mutant, and Storm was open about this. So the issue begins in Lagos, Nigeria. There's a countdown throughout the book. Storm has 24 hours to live. But in Nigeria, Storm stops some pirates from attacking a container ship. And the captain of the ship, though, says that he knows about Oklahoma City, and well, Storm is not welcome. Mutants, in fact, are not welcome on the ship. But she continues to, live her life living at the Storm Sanctuary. But it's clear that her condition is worsening, and that's clear to her. So she visits what seems to be a refuge, but it turns out to be at an unknown location in Arkansas, with 8 hours left. The unknown location houses the night and day hospital for the extra mundane. And Dr. Day, who runs things, says that he doesn't treat X-Men. It's not. He explains it, and he clarifies it. It's not bigotry. He doesn't treat X-Men. He'll happily treat mutants who are members of the Avengers or the New Warriors or the Defenders, but not X-Men. Simply because when the hospital was begun, Doctor Strange consults on behalf of the Defenders. Reader supplies the medical equipment on behalf of the Fantastic Four. Danny Rand donated on behalf of the Heroes for Hire. Uh, Even Moon Knight, he describes as being cheap. Uh, paid good, paid cash. Everyone chipped in, except the X-Men. And so, Storm donates a ruby that belonged to her mother. And therefore, the X-Men are welcome at nine-day hospital for the extra mundane any time. Turns out that Dr. Day is a mutant. His power is medical diagnosis. We didn't stay on Krakoa long because people who didn't have a resurrection protocol needed him. But he diagnoses Storm with a variation of radiation syndrome, and sadly there's no cure for the radiation she has. But a referral letter has been sent to the doctor who will be attending her, who wants a sorcerer supreme and specializes in dark magic. Currently on sabbatical, but it's suggested she try him at his second residential address. And he also explains that Dr. Day also explains that Storm has 6 hours to live. And so, Storm travels to Haiti with 10 minutes left to seek the aid of Dr. Voodoo. And that is where the issue ends. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole premise with the scene in the hospital with Dr. Day and Storm talking about her the treatment of mutants at the hospital, but that's not something an issue that I feel comfortable really addressing beyond. I'm not entirely comfortable with the idea, with the concept. But anyways, moving on though to our last moment, we've got Wolverine number 3. Where we left off, Wolverine was on the run from Department H, who were unknowingly hunting Cyber after Cyber had attacked Wolverine, and Wolverine had encountered a Wendigo, a young boy that had become Wendigo, and seemed to have a bit more control. But the Wendigo took a bite out of one of the Department H soldiers, and so Logan and the Wendigo fought. Logan did what he could to help the injured Department H soldier, including basically bleeding into his open wound. But the uninjured Department H soldiers go after, take on the Wendigo. Wolverine manages to stop them by climbing in and to one of the trees and cutting it down. And so Wolverine and the Wendigo duke it out. And once again, the Wendigo is able to speak, not and more than just Wendigo, more than just saying his name. But Wolverine calms him down with a sleeper hold, and the other member of the Department of soldiers that actually kind of seems to have a decent head on her shoulders talks with Wolverine, and Wolverine slices her gun in multiple pieces and takes the Wendigo, and suggests that at least the Department of soldiers just dealt with doesn't follow him. But Wolverine and the Wendigo the next morning are well, Wolverine's trying to help him, help this Wendigo. Basically, getting to become a different kind of Wendigo, and suppress his appetite for human flesh. But the issue ends with a interlude in Kyoto, Japan. Cyber is seeking out Lady Deathstrike, and the gold adamantium also bonds basically with Lady Deathstrike's adamantium, and she is also under, and she is also is now under its control. And that is where the issue ends. Gold adamantium is an interesting concept. I'm very curious to see how the full explanation of it goes. It seems to be adamantium, but a symbiote, kind of. A mentally strong symbiote with the capability of overtaking the will of, presumably overtaking the will of a host. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Red Band's Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.